5 takes an in-depth look at the impact of President Trump's looming decision on the future of nearly 1 million undocumented immigrants in this country, most of whom know no other home but the United States. The president's pending decision on the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA, has some 800,000 so-called dreamers on edge. Nearly 4,500 live right here in Ohio.
The Obama-era initiative protects people brought into the U.S. illegally as children from deportation. It also allows them to work here legally. One dreamer who has been following these developments closely is Lakewood resident Ariel Lopez. He was brought to the U.S. as an infant and says ending this program could tear his family apart. Ariel Lopez's identity is shaped by many titles. He's a son, a brother, a friend, and he's also a dreamer.
Grew up around here, went to schools, met a lot of people, friends.
Lopez was barely a year old when his parents brought him to the United States to treat a medical condition. The prolonged treatment led to his family overstaying their visa.
I don't remember. I haven't been back since, so this is home.
Lopez says it was in high school his status began seriously holding him back until his senior year, when then President Obama implemented the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals.
It was one of the best times because at that time I couldn't drive. I wasn't able to get my license. I couldn't work an actual job. I was worried about school.
Through DACA, Lopez was able to drive, secure a job, and attend Tri-C, later transferring to Ashford University. But he says all that was derailed when his DACA documents expired under the Trump administration.
I was terminated. I tried every possible way to keep the job, documents. I talked to USCIS.
Now Lopez says his hopes of ever getting his business degree rely solely on the president's decision on DACA. According to the AP, that decision will be to end it. Regardless, Lopez says it was DACA that brought him out of the shadows, and he will keep fighting for it.
There used to be unjust laws back in the time of Martin Luther King. That's why he stood up. He went to jail. And we're here fighting for it. To me, that's the American dream.
And if President Trump does decide to end DACA, immigration attorney David Leopold tells me that it doesn't mean that close to 1 million dreamers will be immediately out of work. Their documents will essentially be valid until their 2-year work permit expires.